What's up, guys? It's Nisa.
And now,
And we're back with another video. Today, we wanted to talk about dating with insecurities. But before we hop into the video, we got us a little margarita, little something. No wine today.
So we wanted to look at ourselves and identify some of the challenges that come with dating with insecurities. And we made a small list of different things or different insecurities that we have and how that impacts our dating. So the first list or the first item on the list is weight. So for me, weight definitely is an insecurity when it comes to dating. It's an insecurity in general, right? So because I don't like it, it steals from my confidence and my ability to engage in the way that I want to engage. So that is definitely an insecurity. And for me, personally, I don't want to say this is for anyone else. For me, it's like a sign of no discipline. So it's like a character flaw that I see it myself. And so I feel like for those I'm dating, I'm in a relationship now, but when dating, it's almost like something they see in me that is problematic. So it's not simply just the physical aspect, it's also the character trait of not being disciplined enough to manage your weight. For both physical health as well as mental and emotional well-being. What about you?
So I mentioned before how I had weight loss surgery in a previous video. And with even though I'm still heavy, I'm experiencing a lot of things from losing a lot of weight quick. So I have like a lot of loose skin. And honestly, I will say this: when even being heavy, I have that personal insecurity of being heavy, but not actually when it comes to dating. Because I don't know, I kind of feel like when I'm dealing with a man, like you already see the package, and like I'm very comfortable kind of in that area. It's just more of a personal thing. But now I'm starting to feel insecure about this loose skin that I'm having, and just like looking in the mirror and feeling sexy. Because even as I'm dropping weight, like I'm still not feeling sexy because I don't see what I want to see. It's like things are saggy here and saggy there, and so I don't know. That kind of gets a little, but it is what it is. And then also, I want to say maybe when it comes to men with weight or dating with weight, like for me, like I like to be a little freak. I ain't gonna lie. I like to get real raw. I talked about that in the other video too. And so I feel like I noticed like as I got heavier, it was things I couldn't do like I used to do because I used to put it down. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, but so it's like it's things I can't do now that I have like more weight on me. So that's kind of an insecurity because it's like I want to put it down in the bedroom. Like that's something that so. But other than that, it's more of a personal thing. I really don't trip on it too much as far as like what a man thinks of it. Like I feel like hell, you seen it and it is what it is. That's kind of how I feel about it.
Mm-hmm. So not necessarily a weight thing, but more yours is it seems to be like your body image
exactly
as it relates to your body transforming since the weight loss surgery. Mm-hmm. For mine, it's not necessarily how men feels about it, but it's about how it steals away from my confidence, and that then influences just the way I engage in different aspects, and then also the trait and how they interpret. Someone will interpret that trait of lack of discipline. Because if I seen someone, I'm like, well, goddamn, can you get it together? You know what I mean?
What are you doing?
It's discipline. Yeah. It's discipline. So that to me is something that I consider. Mm-hmm. So weight, that was the first one. The second one is kids. I'll let you steal it because I don't have kids, but I do have a perspective from that I'm going to give in a minute, but I'll let you go.
So first. I had took me a couple of notes. So if you see me looking down, that's why. So kids is definitely, an insecurity when it comes to dating for me, because I have 4 children. So I have it's not just one kid you coming in, like I have 4. And, I know that that's a lot, that a man might want to take on. And of course, when you're dating somebody, you take the whole package. Also, I have multiple baby fathers. And that's something that I know men judge a lot of women like, oh, well, you got a kid here and a kid, so it's like that's something that I am a bit insecure about also.
And possibly, probably knowing that they could potentially be intimidated by that, not just the kid part, but the baby father part, and
Like how
how
many men they might have to engage.
engage with
Yeah.
engage with and how that it plays out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, one thing that this is something that happens to me a lot, like with dating, is not being available. Like I have children, like I don't have a lot of time to, I have kids and working or doing this and doing like,
And she got to find a babysitter, and
nah. But yeah, so of course it's like it's a lot to try to make time for a man when he's off or he's available and he's this and it's like, well, I'm not and and
Sure.
another thing is just also trusting that a man has good intentions for me and my children. So that's something that I'm really insecure about because he's not their father. Is he going to come with like true love or is he genuine with his actions, like when he, his engagement with them? And so I don't know. That's probably about it with me when I think about dating with kids.
So for me, I don't have any children, but I am 30 plus years old. So I anticipate that most of the people, well, I'm speaking very generally, I am in a relationship with someone who has multiple children with more than one woman. So I think that for me, just generally speaking, as well as specific, I guess, to my situation, that there is an insecurity in dealing with a man with children and how he prioritizes you, because it's very easy, like you could be in a marriage and you could say your wife comes first, right? And even if you guys have children, but when you say that when you have children, it almost seems like it's disrespectful, because you're putting this person first who is not of any affiliation, or you know what I mean, to your child. Does that make sense?
I get what you're
So
saying.
so how do you prioritize me in that relationship? So it's not necessarily my own insecurity, because I don't have children, but when I know that I'm dating and I'm 30 and over, most of the men that I'll date will have children. How they handle or manage those children, myself, and prioritize that is something that's insecurity for me, which makes me kind of try to avoid that. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
So kids, insecurity, weight insecurity. The third one we listed was family. And with family, the reason I listed family is because I feel like one of the things I consider when dating is where that person comes from, right? So I imagine they're considering where I come from. Do I come from a two-parent home? No. Do I come from poverty? Yes. How does that influence me, and how was that lead into the type of partner I'm gonna be, mother I'll be, and how do I blend with a family who has that structure and stability, which I didn't have growing up. So that is an insecurity. I'm dating certain men who come from that lifestyle and may be uh, hesitant to engage with a woman who didn't come from a lifestyle that is similar. So that is something I consider as well.
I definitely feel that. I actually, and my sister knows this, the last guy I was dating, this was something he would throw in my face all the time. Like, well, I come from a two-parent home and he would act like I just didn't understand anything about relationships just because like he comes and I understand that there's certain things like that I missed. Like I didn't see how mom and dad engaged with each other. I didn't see mom and dad like, just certain things like that. Um and we actually had an incident to where this is kind of what broke us up was when it came to my children. Like, I'm more of a lax mom, a very relaxed mom, and he was very much structured. And so it was a situation to where we were in the bed and my daughter came and knocked at the door and she's like, "Oh, can I get a glass of water?" And he was like, "The kitchen is closed." And I'm like, "The kitchen is closed? My baby can get some water." And we were at his house, mind you. And so, so I was like, "My baby could get some water." And he was like, "No, the kitchen is closed. Nobody is allowed in the kitchen once it's, after the kitchen is clean after dinner. He don't want nobody in the kitchen." And so it just turned into a big old argument. And for him, he felt like, I'm just too unstructured. And I felt like he was just doing too damn much. And, you know, after talking to several people, well, not several people, but like, my brother, and you, and, just like things like that, they were all telling me that I was wrong. But for me, it's just like, I don't know. That was a hard pill for me to swallow. Like, she can't get no, the kitchen is closed. And yeah, I don't know, but he ran his household very tight, and I'm very much more loose than that. So,
Yeah. And I think that the idea of, I think there was just different patterns of parenting in that. And then also knowing when someone is not controlling you, knowing if you don't, if you're not used to engaging or have a standard of what a relationship looks like, what parenting looks like in a two-parent home, like in how to respond to male energy and not interpret it as someone trying to control you, uh, then that could be very problematic,
mm-hmm,
especially if you're not used to it. So I
mm-hmm,
think that was, for me, when I heard the situation, that's what my takeaway from it.
yeah.
Yeah. And then the last one you were going to jump into was finances.
Yeah, like finances and career. That's an insecurity I do have. I'm just not where I want to be in life, and I don't have a career I'm proud of. So I guess when it comes to dating, I feel like, oh, well, is he going to look down on me because I just do this kind of work, or I only make this amount of money? And I don't know, just like, you always want, well, I'm the type of person, like, I want my family, my man, friends, I want, like, in a way, I want them to be proud of me. And so if I'm not proud of my job and I'm insecure about my job, like I kind of question what other people think about it too. So just not being set in a career, especially being over 30. Like, okay, this might have been okay in my 20s, but now it's like, okay, so that's a big insecurity I have as far as finances and career.
Do you think that's influenced your dating,
Um,
or who you choose to date, who you choose to engage
Definitely.
with?
No, definitely. Well, maybe. I still, just like I talked about in the other video, it's like I still have an idea of the kind of man that I want,
Mm-hmm.
and not saying that I'm just like looking for something high, whatever. But it definitely does. I'm just leave it at that. It does influence who I choose to date because I don't want to be looked down on. So sometimes I'm trying to look for,
Mm-hmm.
for somebody that is just more maybe in my bracket or whatever. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah.
Okay. Well, for me, finances is not a major. It's I want to speak general. Again, I am in a relationship. It's not an issue in my relationship for multiple reasons, but it's in terms of dating. I think that I think debt, especially if you're a college student or you're a college grad, and you've acquired a lot of student loans, I think having that conversation can be somewhat uncomfortable just because a lot of people don't have that conversation about finances and where you are. Um, and because if you're in a serious relationship and you're looking towards marriage, they're going to be taking that on as well. So that can be something that can be intimidating. I don't know if it's a strong insecurity for me at this point, but it's something that I do consider. I mean, I do have that conversation prior to getting into a relationship.
Mm. I feel like as long as you're actively working to, change those insecurities, I don't feel like it should be a focus though. Like, I don't know. I don't feel like if you're gonna be dating, like you don't want to just be like, oh my God, I'm just so, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I feel like, everybody has insecurities. I don't give a damn how, successful you are, how beautiful you are, how skinny you are, how everybody deals with insecurities. So it's just about actively working on, addressing the issues and trying to be better in the areas that you can. And, you know, I don't know, walk like a boss. I feel like fake it till you make it, honestly. That's really the truth. Fake it till you make it. And,
So let me ask you this question. What about specifically dating over 30? Do you feel like it's a smaller pool, a man who wants someone who's over 30 in general?
oh, definitely. Definitely. I noticed like even a lot of guys my age, like they're dating younger women, like younger 20, you know what I mean? Girls in their 20s and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. They want more of those women that they can kind of, I don't know. But yeah, I feel like the pool is definitely it gets smaller and smaller the older you get. I definitely think that.
Yeah, I was looking at a video by Kevin Samuels, who was the guy that we were trying to name in a prior video,
Mm.
and he was essentially asserting that it's, you're in the market, and when you're in the market, you're competitive, and you need to have a realistic assessment of what that market is and what it is to you based on your profile, right? Over 30, overweight, all these different things that you bring to the table, both good and bad, and then using that as a way to assess what is out there for you.
Yeah, yeah.
It's actually pretty grim. I remember people talking about being over 30 and dating and stuff like that. Like it was just like somewhere. I don't feel like I know that I'm older, but than I was in my 20s, obviously. But I don't feel old or
No
over the
shit.
hill, or I don't feel like, oh, now the pickings are slim. I don't feel that, but maybe I'm not realistic in what is the reality. And I don't know. It's just an interesting topic. Something, again, maybe we could revisit
Mm.
down the line. I think the insecurity of family, particularly, and being concerned about how you'll be viewed because of where you come from and what you didn't have and what that other person did have, is a whole topic in itself.
Even when Kevin Samuels was mentioning that, like I was like, oh my God. But he was like, would you want your son to bring home a woman with all these kids and all this? And, and I was like, and I don't know, it's true. Like I think about my boys and it's like, wherever they find love, they find love. But of course I wouldn't want him to bring home some woman with a whole bunch of kids. And it's like, boy, you like, I don't know,
Right.
especially if he didn't have children. And so, I don't know. It's a lot of insecurities when it comes to dating, especially being a single mom. And I don't know. It kind of is what it is, though. I feel like I'm not one of those people that's just to be clear, how the women were on there, or the woman was on there talking about, I need this and I need that. Like, I like a hardworking man. I don't give a damn if you're a manager at Taco Bell or a goddamn janitor. Like a hardworking man. There's men that get up every morning, and if he has to walk to work, he's at work every single day. Like that's a hardworking man to me. Even dad, dad, when he was a teenager when he had me, and I always heard stories. My dad had 2 jobs, and he made sure he got to work any way he could to make sure we was taken care of. And so that's what I admire. Like I admire a hardworking man. I'm not saying like,
Mm-hmm. And also, one of the things that I would also follow up and say, that just because you have insecurities doesn't mean that you compromise
yeah,
in how you approach relationships. If you feel yourself, for me, if I feel myself having insecurities and that is influencing my decision making process as it relates to relationships, then I know at that point that I don't need to be in relationships. I need to work on myself.
exactly.
Because no matter what insecurities I have, I'm not going to compromise on certain things when it comes to establishing a relationship and picking a potential partner for me that's going to be for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's important. That's something that's extremely important to me.
Yeah. So if y'all know anybody looking,
you already heard the bad.
That's the worst to me. I'm joking. Nah.
But that's our Dating with Insecurities video. Let us know how you've been impacted by dating with insecurities or flaws, and how you got over them.
Yes. We thank you guys so much for watching.
Peace.
Peace. We'll see you on the next one.